one dialog example, and I will talk about the sys operation framework and run-based frameworks also. Okay. So in AX, generally we have a concept called dialog. So dialog is nothing but it's kind of one pop-up screen, kind of a form screen where we can get the input from the user. So we can get that input value, and based on that input value, we can do process it. Based on that value, if you want to get some records or if you want to process something, and we can do by using the dialogues. Okay. And parallelly, other than these dialogues, we have a concept called run-based batch or run-based. And even we have sys operation framework also. First, let us see this dialog example. Then we can go to the other concept. Okay, fine. So I have taken one class, runnable class. So when you take your runnable class, what will happen? You will have your class. You will change the class name, right? And you will have your main method, the runnable class, right? So what we are doing, we have a class called dialog class. Okay, right click, go to definition. So this is the dialog class. If you open the designer, you can see this is the dialog class. So this dialog class is having so many methods. Okay, and you can see this dialog is this dialog extends sys packable and id dialogable. Okay, so this is the dialog class. So what we are going to use, by using this dialog class, we can build a dialog and we can use it. So I have created a runnable class. The main method, what I am doing, I have taken the object for the dialog. Dialog dlg equal to new dialog of. So dialog is the object now. And for dialog field, with the dialog name, we have some other classes. For example, dialog field. Let me show you some other classes. You can see here dialog field, dialog form, dialog group, okay, dialog tab page, dialog window. These are all the related to the dialog classes. Okay. By using dialog field, I am taking the variable. So for car ID, I have taken the one variable for EDT. Okay. These three things I am doing. So what I'm going to do, I just wanted to pop up a dialog and I have to get some car number and I have to show it on an info. That is what my intention. So what I did, I have taken a dialog object and I have taken the dialog for dialog field class. I have taken one dialog field, one variable. Why I am saying here object? By using new keyword, I am creating. Object can call the methods from the class. This is just a variable. For this class, I have taken a just variable. Okay. For car ID EDT, I have taken one variable. Okay. Fine. By using this dialog field, take this variable and equal to dialog dot add field. Add field is a method from the dialog class. Dialog dot add field. You want to see that? Dialog dot. It's taking time. I don't know. So you can see these are all the methods from the dialog. You can select the add field. Once you take the add field, what is the add field method? So once you call this add field method, you have to pass the identifier name as a type name. So there are other optional parameters. Okay, what are they? Field label. If you want to set that field label, you can set. And field help, you can set it. Okay, ignore EDT constraint. You can ignore it. So what I am passing, to pass the type identifier, I am using the extended type str. Extended type str is the function to pass the this EDT. It will convert like as a type str. It will convert it as a type. So we have to use this function to pass our car ID. Then what is the other one? I'm setting up as a field label as a car number. Other thing I'm keeping it as a null. Help label. If you want, you can set the help label also. Okay, I'm passing this. It will return the dialog field. If you see this, you'll understand. If I open this method, let me. You see this return type is dialog field. That is the reason I have taken dialog field variable. Okay. So by using dialog object, I'm calling the run method. And we call this run method, dialog will get open and we can get the value. So dialog field will get the value, dialog field dot value. We can show it in an info. Okay, or else if you want to get that value into dialog variable, car ID variable, you get the dialog field dot df dialog field dot value and pass it to car ID. You can show it on info. Are you guys understanding clear or any doubts in this?
Yes, it's clear for me.
I don't think so. I need to take this much time to explain because there are 4-5 lines only. You can understand easily. I'm wasting my energy.
No, but the way you teach is very nice. It is very understandable. Like you can grasp very easily.
Because I'm expecting that I don't think so. You need this much of explanation because you guys are already capable to understand by saying in high level because it's very there is no much code, right? But anyway, let me run this and show you. So dialog example, I'm setting that this one as because this is just class, right? So I'm setting up this one as a startup object, and I'm setting this project as a startup project. Okay, if I run this, let us see how do we get it. I don't know. This environment became slow now. I need to restart once, and I need to make it ready later after our session. Lakshman, are you understanding?
Yes, no, okay. I'm seeing it again, the complete code.
Okay. How is your practice? Or things are going from your side?
From practicing, then just started coding session.
Okay.
Um,
How,
um,
how about other things which we have already completed? Creating forms and working with forms and
and
creating.
that is completely clear, just started coding session. And going on.
Sorry, Lakshman, you were saying something?
Just started coding session, that forms, that menu items that are completed. Going through coding session,
Okay, fine, perfect then. Let me know if you have any doubts. Try to ping in the group and others will help you and even I will help you. And we can catch up if you need any other help separately also. Can you see my screen?
Yes, Anna. I do. It is visible.
It's executing. I think so. It's taking time actually. So some issue inside the VM. I need to clean up that. I'll do one thing. So go to objects, add a new item, add a new runnable class, and I'll run here. Go to code, select runnable class, give some name. Yeah, it's already open here. So it will open like this. Okay, so you can see the car numbers. That car numbers through by using dropdown. Okay.
Okay.
Once you assign that car ID, it's automatically shown this dropdown for you. It will automatically refer from the car table.
So if you select this value, so it will show somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. What we have written in the logic. Once it will come here and it will create the dialog, right? So we are creating the dialog object and it will come here and we are adding the field on the dialog. Dialog.add field. It will add a field. That's the reason we are able to see this field, car number with this field. Then once the value is entered and I'm getting that value here. Once that is entered, we have to run the dialog, right? If dialog.run, the dialog ran, so it will come inside. That is true. It will come inside. So I'm taking that value. Dialog field dot value. Whatever we are entering over there, that I can show it. I'm showing in the info. After completing the dialog, also I can get the value. And I can keep it in the. I can store it into a variable. And here also I can store it into a process something. By getting that value, I can do something. I can get that record, or I can, based on that record, I can get the related transaction records. I can do something based on my need. Now we have to get two infos. Here we have to get one info, and here also we have to get one. I click OK. Can you see here? I got two infos. You can understand?
Yeah, it's fine.
And one more thing is, I just wanted to tell you one more thing. It is also important. When I add this car ID, so how that is getting dropped down? So if you go to my car ID ETT, you can understand that how it is working. If you simply create ETT and if you leave it, it will not work like that. You go to edit strings. It's in the data types. Car ID. create a EDT if we feel that EDT we have created for a master table, and we have to set this. We have to set it. What you have to set? This you have to do it. Go to car ID. Go to car ID properties. I know that I have created this car ID for car table. So this car ID, what is the main purpose of this car ID EDT? This I have created for car table to make it as a main field, unique field in the car table. Okay,
Okay.
right? So what do we have to do? Okay, once you confirmed that, you have to go to your car ID EDT and you have to go to table reference. Okay, first of all, you have to set in the car ID EDT properties, you have to set the reference table. For this car ID EDT, what is the reference table? What is the main table I'm going to use this car ID as a field? So car
Card.
table. So I have to set that car table here. That is the first important thing we have to do. Then go to car ID EDT, go inside, create a table reference, go to new and create a table reference, and go to the table reference properties. Then you can set that. Then you can set the related field. What is the related field? Car ID.
Car ID.
What is this car ID? From where we are getting? From the car table only.
Whatever.
Okay. So once you create EDT, then when you create EDT, you can set this. So that is where you are able to get the whenever you use this car ID, you are able to referring and it's showing that data. If you
Yeah.
don't do this, you cannot get this.
It is similar like relations.
Yeah, it's similarly like relation, but you are setting up the relation with your main table, with your
Main.
main table with your car ID. EDT with EDT, you are setting up relation with your table.
Yeah, yeah.
Kind of this car ID, you are using it only for the car table only, right? This is main purpose is for car table. Wherever you use this car ID, it has to refer the car table data. Main intention here.
Okay.
This is very important.
Yeah.
I have this one I have already added in my blog. You can see that actually in 2012 I have worked on it actually. I have created a post in my blog.
Anna, can we use fleet management, Anna? On the car rentals, that is all. Instead of
Sorry.
TRG model,
Mhm.
can we use the in fleet management?
We can use the fleet management. Okay. Let me tell you clearly. Fleet generally in D365 we should not customize anything. We cannot do any customizations on standard models, on standard objects. The
Okay,
only option Microsoft has been given us as a developer, as a practice guy, I can use the fleet management. I can work on the fleet management. That is only for the practice and for the developers. He has given that option. Okay. But
okay,
generally, we go to real time. We cannot go on to any modifications on the standard mod. We cannot do first of all. Okay. So you have to create your own model and you have to work on it. And you cannot go on the standard objects and you cannot customize it. You have to create by using extensions. So in further classes, we are going to talk about all those extension concept. Okay. If you see come down, these are all the extensions. How to create extensions for EDT, data types, and even for tables and views and all of them. So we
okay,
can
Anna.
see in further sessions. But for practice, you can use it.
Okay.
You can
So
see.
you have used this. You have created this EDT. This car table. Can you car ID EDT? So if you are linking this, you are using this car ID to in another model. Like we can use this EDT in another model also
You
by
can
reference
use
by
model.
referring
Yeah,
it.
yeah, of course you can use it. How you are using other
So,
models
yeah.
references.
Then also we will be able to use these values. Like we can get these values which is present in this car table.
Yeah, of course you can get it. If I use customer, you will get it. No.
Okay. Okay.
Say for example, I am just using customer. Let me show you quickly this example. It won't take much time. I'm using this code. Okay. Instead of car ID, I'll use customer account. Okay. So instead of car ID, I'm using account now. account now. So account name. So what is the EDT? Let us see that EDT, actual EDT, which is assigned here. So cust account. Okay. So I'll take the cust account then. Okay. Let me run this. What is this error? Do you know what is this error? Customer account, where it is actually. We have to refer that. No, I have not. This is in application suite. Go to Dynamics 365, go to model management, update model parameters, go to fleet management, click next. Application suite is not referred. So refer this and finish this. Okay. Now you will not get this error. Let me run this. Set as a startup object. Set as a startup project. Run this. This is a simple dialog actually. So somewhere if you wanted to pop up some dialog and you have to get it some input from the user, based on that input, if you want to do something, you can do it.
Actually, I have not practiced all these things like forms, form methods, and all these methods because I was a bit busy with something. So I'll practice all this, and if I have any doubts, then I'll ask you.
Okay, not a problem. You can write this logic in one of the form buttons, and if you click that button, it can pop up a window, can pop up a dialog. You can write anywhere. For example, I'm showing in enable class. Wherever you can write the code, you can write it. So, but somewhere it has to be some event, right, to pop up this, to initiate this code. You are not authorized to log in with your account. So let me do this. It's not working. It will work actually. So once you run this, it will show you as a customer account. It will ask you to put the customer account ID. It's in this. Okay, so there is some issue with the login. You can try this actually if you want. It will work. It will ask you to put the customer account drop down. You will select the customer account and you can. It will show. Okay.
Okay.